Hey guys, it's Tabitha here, and welcome back to Tabby Too. Today I have my sister Alex.
And today we are going to be transforming her into Mal from Disney's Descendants. So we got a costume, Disney Descendants too. So we got a Mal costume and a Mal wig for...
What's my Mal wig?
What is a Mal wig? It's a purple wig, and we are going to be showing you guys that a little bit later on in the video after we show you guys how to achieve the Mal look. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so I have all of my makeup set to the side here that we are going to be using on her today.
Yeah.
So, we are going to get started by, let's do your eyes first.
Yeah.
What was that for? Let's go ahead and do your eyes first. So do you want to turn towards me? And I'll turn a little bit this way. So
we have the E.L.F. eyeshadow.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain what it is. So the first thing that we're gonna be using is this E.L.F. eyeshadow primer.
Yeah.
And we
eyeshadow primer.
We're gonna put this on her eyes, just like so. And this is just gonna help the eyeshadow to stick to her eyes. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and take my finger and I'm just gonna
dab
out. Yes, we're gonna dab in the eyes. We're gonna blend it in. We are going to be using this L.A. Colors, sorry for the glare. We're gonna be using the L.A. Colors eyeshadow palette. This is the eyeshadow palette in Smokin. Smokin is the name of the palette. This is a 16 color eyeshadow palette, and it is got the smoky shades that we need for Mal, like that, and then it just comes with a little brush, which we won't use because I have brushes.
It has a purple in it.
So we're going to go ahead and start off by going in with this cream shade right here and putting that all over her lid to set the eyeshadow. And I'm going to use an E.L.F. This is just an E.L.F. eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go ahead and take that cream shade. So the next shade that we're going to take is I'm going to take this pink, like mauve-y shade, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that into her crease with an E.L.F. Blending brush. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this sparkly purple shade right here in the palette, and I'm going to apply this to the outer portion of her eye.
My outer V.
Take this Sweet and Shimmer eyeshadow palette. It's just like a quad. Well, I can't really call it a quad because it has 5 eyeshadows in it. But this is just the Ulta brand at Christmas. They have eyeshadows out, and this is one of them from last year. And we are going to be using this
That's
deep...
a 6 palette.
There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to be using this deep plum shade in it. And I'm going to take another blending brush. I'm going to actually take a different blending brush this time from the one we used before. And I'm going to go ahead and just dip into this very lightly because it is super pigmented and very dark. And we are just going to place this right on top of that purple that we used before. It just adds that little bit of extra dimension. Now we're going to go back into the L.A. Colors palette, and we are going to go ahead and take that mauve shade we used before, right there, and we are going to go ahead and just pat that all over the lid. I'm going to use my finger, but if you don't want to use your finger, you can use like a flat tip brush. That works well too, but I find that using my finger works better. So we're going to go ahead and pat that just on the center of the eyelid. So the last thing that we're going to do before we move on to the face is we're going to go ahead and take the cream shade again that we used all over her lid, and I'm going to take an angled eyeliner brush or eyebrow brush, whatever you want to call it. I think it's an angled eyeliner brush though. And I'm just going to take the cream shade and apply this into her inner corner of her eye to give it some highlight. So now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go ahead and do her concealer. So we're going to move on to her face, and I'm going to be using the Fit Me concealer from Maybelline in the shade 15 Fair. That is what I use. That is what she uses for Halloween and for competition and things like that, because we have really pale skin, and so does Mal. So I've got it covered. Go ahead and look at me. Now I'm going to set her under eyes with the Coty Airspun powder. This one is...
You can bake with it?
Yeah, you can bake with it, or you can just set your under eyes. We're just going to set her under eyes because we're done with her eyeshadow. So the Coty Airspun powder, this is in Naturally Neutral. I believe they have 3 different shades. They have like the translucent one, they have the Naturally Neutral, and then they have like another one that's a little bit more beige for deeper skin tones.
We have an E.L.F. one too, but we don't use that one as much.
Yeah, I like to use the Coty Airspun powder. Because there's a lot more of it, so. I'm gonna go ahead and take this powder brush. This brush is, but the powder brush that I'm using is from a brush set from Justice. They had a makeup line that came out a year and a half ago maybe. I think it was around last Christmas. That they brought out some makeup and some makeup brushes, and I got the set for Christmas last year. So I'm just gonna take whatever loose powder is on top. We don't need tons. Eyelashes next, and then we will come back to the rest of the face. So I'm going to be using these Kiss lashes. These are in the style Peony, like the flower. They're really wispy, and we did cut them to fit her eyes beforehand. So that's something you might need to do depending on how big your eyes are. A tip that I like to use is use tweezers. I think it helps a lot. I use the angled, like slanted tweezers because these are the angled tweezers, because the like super pokey, like pointy tweezers, I wouldn't recommend using those because it can like poke somebody's eye out. So I wouldn't recommend using those. You can go ahead and look at the camera now. So there she has her eyelashes on. They're pretty similar,
flowy,
pretty close to her actual eyelashes. Something that I'm gonna do to make her eyelashes meld together is I'm gonna actually take a little bit of mascara. This is the Maybelline, the Falsies Volume Express.
And it
flared
comes off.
Waterproof mascara. After eyelashes is her eyeliner. So we are going to be using this E.L.F. liquid liner in Jet Black. The reason I put her eyelashes on first is, well, A, I'm not very good at lining with liquid liner on my own. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the eyelashes kind of as a guide as to where I need to wing her eyeliner out. So once again, I'm gonna have her turn towards me. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna do is her eyebrows, and I'm going to go ahead and use this Hard Candy Brows Now Brow Fiber Gel and Highlight, and this is in the shade Medium Dark. So on one end it has the brow fiber gel, and then on the other side it has the highlight, and we are going to be using both. We're going to be using the highlight to highlight her brow bone, and this to go through her eyebrows. So
it's really dark.
It's really dark because Mal has dark hair. And Mal has dark eyebrows. So. Alright, so now we get to move back to the face, and we are going to go ahead and warm up her complexion with a bronzer. So I'm going to be using this E.L.F. Duo in St. Lucia. And
it is blush and bronzer.
It comes with a little plastic piece on it, and then it has a little mirror. And it's just a blush and bronzer duo. We're going to be using the bronzer today because we have a different blush that we are using. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. This is actually a blush brush, but I like to use it for
bronzer.
The bronzer and blush both because I think it's a lot more compact than the...
Wait, do you use the blush on your cheeks?
Yeah. So I'm going to have her just turn to the side, look back some. I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild Illuminating palette. This is in
a highlight.
Catwalk Pink. It has 3 different highlight shades. This white, this pink, and this champagne shade. And then this pink in the middle is more like a blush tone. So I am going to use this right on the apples of her cheeks because it is super pink, super pigmented.
Mal
has super rosy cheeks. Now we are going to stick with this palette, and I'm going to take this. This is actually an eyeshadow brush. This is the E.L.F. Eyeshadow C brush, and I'm going to take the champagne shade and apply that to her cheeks for highlight. Alright, so the last thing that we're going to do is her lips. So we had to actually mix some stuff to get the shade of lips that we were looking for. In the picture that we were looking at, she had a berry toned lip. So it wasn't completely red and it wasn't like hot pink. So we have 3 things that we're using today. So the first thing is we're going to be using the Rimmel London lip pencil in the shade lip pencil, lip liner, whatever, in the shade 21 Red Dynamite, and it's just a lip pencil. And then along with it, we're also going to be using this CoverGirl lipstick in the color 300 Garnet Flame. And it just looks like that. It's like a red pink shade. It's not completely red. And then to create the berry lip in the center, we are going to be using this Sweet and Shimmer lip palette. And this is another one of the Christmas things. She's used a lot of it. We're going to be using some of those darker shades at the top to create the lip. So we're going to start off with the lip liner. And I'm going to line her lips. roll your lips in just a little bit. And I'm just gonna kind of tap this into our lips. I'm not gonna completely like rub it across because we're gonna be mixing a few shades here in just a minute. All right, so now that we have the lipstick on, we are going to go ahead and use the lip palette. And I'm going to take the lip brush that is in this lip palette here. And I'm going to mix together this, pretty much these three shades right here. I'm just gonna mix those three together. So take a little bit of the nude shade, a little bit of the pinkier nude, and then the like deep berry. And I'm going to apply this from the outer edge of her lips. All right, so
we're going to,
I believe that is it for the makeup. So now
my costume and wig on.
Yep, now she's going to go ahead and go and get her costume and wig on, and we will be back in a minute.
Now that my makeup is done, we're gonna put on my costume and my purple wig.
The costume is an official Descendants costume, but the wig is not. We got both of these off of Amazon, but the wig that they had that went with the costume wasn't gonna fit Tabitha's head, so we had to get one that would. And this one had good ratings and good reviews, so we got this one.
And it came with a wig cap.
Yes. So we are going to put the costume on first, and then we will do the wig.
Yeah. The costume is out of the package now, and it came with several pieces.
So to start off with, it came with the glove, and that was the first thing.
Yeah.
And then we have the pants, and the pants are quite detailed actually. Yep, we have the fake zippering detail, and then lots of different types of patterns. We have like this snake skin pattern, and then we have the stripes, and then we have the mesh, and then up the pants we have more of the like reptile print, and then it's just purple all the rest of the way up.
And then we have Mal's shirt, and she has a dragon heart at the top in the middle, and at the top we have some black mesh.
And then we have like the green flames, which are totally Mal's signature thing.
We have this purple with all these little black stripe lines.
It kind of almost looks like a spider web.
Yeah.
And it looks like that pretty much on the front and the back.
Yeah.
And then we have the jacket itself.
Yeah. We have little rhinestones again.
Yep. And then we have the fake zippers. And then we have an actual zipper right here. But the thing with this is it's not like a real, it's a real zipper, but it doesn't have the little piece where you would zip up the jacket because Mal's jacket does not have that.
So pretty.
And then on the
back we have these kind of like dragon wings.
Yep, and they're detachable. They just Velcro on.
Here's her dragon heart again. And here's the green flames right here and more rhinestones.
Yep. So that is pretty much the entire costume. So now we are going to put Tabitha in it.
Yes.
All right, so she has put the glove on. The next thing we are going to put on is the pants. The next thing we have is the shirt.
Now we got the jacket.
And then the last thing is the coat. So we're gonna put this on.
It's a little big too.
And put this on.
It's big.
Now we gotta get the wig on. So you can go ahead and sit down again. And we will did come with the wig.
And what a wig cap is a wig cap is a little mesh.
It's
mesh. It's a little mesh thingy for your hair.
It helps hold your hair back when you are going to wear a wig, because
So
when you wear a wig, you don't want to have any of your hair showing through. So that is what this is for.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is, we gotta figure out which way we put it on.
It goes like this way because you see.
Okay, thank you, Tabitha.
Welcome.
Have you put a wig cap on before?
No, but I have seen people put a wig cap on.
Oh, okay.
Why did I even pick up this idea?
Well, I don't know. So to help out, we put her hair up in a ponytail and then we wrapped it around and pinned it in place with some bobby pins. So then it was easier to get the wig cap on, because, trust me, wig caps are hard enough to put on.
Could you fix my
Having all your hair out would not be cool. So, definitely make sure that you have your hair up in a ponytail or back in a bun or something, because it makes the job a lot easier.
I need you to roll this back.
Okay, give me 1 second.
The other one is
So,
roll back.
now we've got the wig.
The wig is so purple.
The wig is so purple.
That's what she's been saying off camera. It looks like a beard.
It looks like So, we are now going to go ahead and have her bring her head to me again. And, no, can you turn around the other way? Come here. Yeah, like that. I'm not the greatest at putting wigs on because I kind of have a fear of wigs. I don't like wearing wigs, so I don't wear wigs on Halloween for anything ever. So I don't have tons of experience actually putting wigs on, so I might need Mom's help, because, like I said, I'm not experienced. And yeah, I might need Mom's help.
Mom is really good at putting on wigs. Our
Now
mom.
the entire world knows I don't like wigs. And to finish off the entire look, we just grabbed a pair of her gray sparkly boots that we had in the closet. Nothing fancy because, you know, we didn't have
Well, we didn't buy the actual Mal shoes because they do have some, but
we didn't get them.
Mom didn't find them.
Yeah, they didn't have them in her size. So
Yeah.
we were like, these work perfectly. So,
I'm officially Mal!
yes, this is the completed Mal look. You got to see how we did the makeup and everything we used. And then we have her beautiful purple wig and the Mal costume. So, you're just swirling all over the place. So that officially ends our Mal-O-Ween video.
Yeah! Bye! thanks for watching this video. Make sure to thumbs up the video. And you could follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you subscribe to our channel